going on, guys? Thanks for checking out the Wrenched Out Garage. So today is the return of the V-Rod. All right, guys, so if you saw the first V-Rod review video, it's been a while since we have talked about it or brought it back out. I've been promising as we've been hit up on social media about doing this. So today we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into what we've done and what we're gonna do to the V-Rod. So let's get going here. So 2014 Harley Davidson Nite Rod Special is what this is. If you haven't seen it on our other videos, that's what we're talking about today. So let's get going. Let's start on essentially the front of the bike here. So we have the V-Rod muscle mirrors. We got those off of eBay because they're a heck of a lot cheaper than they are from the Harley Davidson shop. They are essentially just the stems that have the turn signals in them. We loved how the muscle had that, and we wanted to adapt it to the Nite Rod. The Nite Rod came with the stock black, kind of generic looking Harley Davidson mirrors, so we decided let's upgrade them. Obviously they have the LED turn signals built into the stems, which is kind of a unique thing that looks really cool. So we wired that in. We are gonna throw up a video here in the next couple of months on how we did that, what it took to install it. It's pretty simple. So let's keep going. So if you saw the first video, you saw me kind of complain about the headlight. So the headlight has that convex to it. It's a specialty headlight just for the V-Rod, and you can essentially outrun it. So what we did was put an OP-TI high performance HID bulb, and it actually was pretty cheap, to tell you the truth. It's done fantastic. I think it's a 5600K. It's got a blue tinge to it. It looks beautiful. It definitely adds a lot more lumens and light projection. However, we did adjust the light up just a little bit so we can throw it a little bit further. However, due to the convexing of it, it's not your standard 3 or 5 3/4, so you still don't get the throw like on some of the other bikes. But it does look cool. It also functions better. So we did upgrade the lights. So let's keep going and go to the other side of the bike. So on the other side of the bike, you'll notice that we have the slotted brake lever. We also have it on the clutch side. We have the slotted clutch as well. So that is a Harley Davidson factory part or aftermarket accessory through Harley Davidson, whatever you want to look at. We are going to throw a video up on that as well, on the install on it. Pretty simple install. Looks fantastic though. So we went away from the kind of standard aluminum, very vibrant colored light to this black powder coated. It kind of fits with everything. So we love those. The only downfall to the Harley Davidson ones, it does come with a pad, in your stock or aftermarket shifter lever doesn't integrate in. So we're gonna have to find kind of a DIY, do it yourself, kind of how do we fix that, because I don't like the pads that are on it. Let's keep moving though. So as you can see, and if you saw the first video, we have the diamond cut Harley Davidson grips and pegs. That's obviously another factory or HD part. I'll put the links to some of these below, so check those out. We also have the Harley Davidson swing arm caps and rear axle nut covers as well. So talking about the nut covers, the front wheel nut cover, we tried to get those from Harley and it didn't work because the offset is different. So we got a hold of our friends at JP Cycle and we got onto the chat with them and said, hey, what fits a V-Rod? And they gave us two options. One was a flat black and the other was the black with dimples, as you guys can see on this one. We like the black with dimples because it kind of complements the other silver that's on the bike. So let's keep going here. The exhaust, that's a Bassani B1 race exhaust. It's a 2-to-1, as you can see. It's a beautiful exhaust, sounds incredible on this bike. The stock bike comes with almost like an X system. It goes 2 to 1 to 2, and on the back side of the 2 is where you'll have 2 mufflers, and you can change out just the mufflers if you want to do that. I wanted to go the whole exhaust. Why go halfway, in my opinion? Some of the bikes I've seen with the dual mufflers or muffler replacements or can replacements, whatever you want to call it, looks wicked, and they sound good too. So I just opted out and decided to go with the B1. So let's keep going here. On the rear of the bike, so we recycled the front turn signals. As you can see, we took those off. It came with the stock black ones, what are now on the rear of the bike. So if you get a stock Nite rod like this one, even the newer models, 2016, I think 2017, they have a reflector back there and you can pop it off. It's just adhesive tape on it. Once you pop that off, you'll have access to metal shielding or metal plating that supports the rear fender. There's already a hole in there, and what we did was take the front lights, got a little tiny piece of nylon about that big, about an inch, inch and a half, enough to stick out of the fender, ran the bolt through it so the light attaches to the rear, that's it, and then wired it in. The stock one comes with this bad boy right here. So this used to stick off the rear fender just like that. The rear fender kind of sat right here, curves up. There's your license plate bracket, license plate light, your brake lights, turn lights. I hated this thing. After I bought the bike, the first thing that I just didn't like was this. So what we ended up doing with it is I ended up scouring the internet. There are a lot of wicked options for rear fenders, although I do like the rear fender. I like the LED lights. I like the way that these lights that I put on it, I like how it integrated. It looks clean to me. That's just my personal preference. It's what I think looks good. And as you guys know, your bike, you customize it to the way that you want it to look. So in this case, I ended up dremmeling this bad boy off and getting a custom license plate bracket. So I'll put the links to the bracket below. It's I actually found a guy on the internet that really does just a bunch of custom welding and CNC work. I got one from him. I think it was like $100 or something. Looks wicked, fully functional, very strong, mounts right to the lower shock mount, really simple to install. And then it gets it off, of course, the back here. So let's kind of let's keep cruising here and continue to look at this bad boy. So we have the custom license plate on this. On the other side of the bike, we have the rear axle nut as well and the swing arm. Those come in the kits. I'll put those on the description below as well, so you'll have some links. And then we have the La Rosa saddle bag. It's a swing arm bag. I love this bad boy. Why? Because it's simple, it's not huge, it's not sticking out, and it also adds kind of the profile, the mean muscle look of this bike. That's what I really like about the bike, and I wanted to keep that going. I didn't want to have two huge ass bags sticking off the back. To me, it just doesn't fit it. I have seen some that look good on. I just don't care for it personally. The other cool part is the SAE cable. So this bike comes with an SAE cable already hooked to the battery. It tucks into that bag nicely. And then of course you have the option to charge your cell phone, charge your helmet, charge your GoPro if you have any of that. But if you haven't seen it, check out our battery tender video because it serves a dual purpose. So when you need to charge the bike or trickle charge it in the winter months or when you're out of town or you're working or whatever it is and you're not gonna ride the bike, it plugs into the same exact cable and it's simple, low maintenance, very easy to do, and it's already there. So let's talk about some of the internals, the stuff that you don't see. It does have what is a high flow filter. That is K&N. I love the thing. It dropped right in. It's very simple. It doesn't have your traditional breather. It's actually located under this cover right here. And then we have the tab tuner. So the tab tuner is essentially a fuel management system, and it goes and plugs into your O2 sensors in one of your electronic engine controllers. It's kind of your simple tuner is the easiest way to think about this. It's a very simple product. You just plug it in to some of your sensors and then it runs kind of pigtails off of the other sensors. And essentially what it's gonna do is compensate this fuel for now all of the exhaust and intake that's coming into the bike. Whenever you do that on a motorcycle, you have to adjust it all or else you're gonna have fuel issues or air issues or exhaust issues. All motorcycles essentially have that to where more air in, more exhaust out, more fuel. 3 components you have to have when you're customizing the internals of the bike. And then of course you can go into deeper and further with turbos or big jug kits or cams and all of that stuff. I'm not gonna go into that, but so that's what this guy has. It's a tab performance tuner. Again, I'll put the link to that below. You can check those guys out. It's done very well. The bike is good. At some point I am gonna go to more than likely a power commander as I wanna be able to tap into some of the power that I'm not getting from just a simple sensor. So essentially that is where the V-Rod is right now. We're waiting to get it out until spring truly hits here in Alaska. It's still kind of nasty outside, so we haven't been able to do that. Thanks for checking out the Wrenched Out Garage. We've got a lot of exciting things planned. We're gonna work on the Sportster, and then of course, once spring hits, we're gonna get some really nice riding footage of the V-Rod and hopefully the Sportster once we get it up and running, but that's gonna be included on this channel. And of course, check out our other videos that we have. We now have the vlog, we have obviously the Wrenched Out Garage, but we also have Wrenched Out Reviews, something that you guys might be interested in as it's tried and true products that we're throwing up here for you guys to check out. Anyways, thanks for checking out the return of the V-Rod video. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions on any of the stuff I talked about today, just drop a comment below or shoot us an email. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed and we'll talk to you later.